Don't ever buy a BMW or a luxury vehicle at that.
$130,000 repair bill.
Hi, my name is Tasha. I work at an exotic car dealership, and here are the hidden costs of owning one.
Buying a luxury car doesn't mean you can afford to own it. Hidden costs and massive repair bills can quickly turn the dream into a financial nightmare. Let's get into it.
Mercedes-Benz Manhattan tried to scam me out of over $12,000 back in February. I have an update.
Excuse me if I get emotional, but I have to talk to you guys about something. Back in February, I went to Mercedes Manhattan. I had a nail in my tire. I honestly can't remember. I think I had a nail in my tire. And while I was there, I asked them to just take a look at my brakes because they were a little bit squeaky. But I bought my car brand new in May 2024, right? So at this point, February 2026, my car was not even 2 years old. And I thought, bringing my car to Mercedes Manhattan, like they're gonna take care of me. I have like the package for everything. And I'm now realizing me having a package, a tire package and all the things, and I've already prepaid for all these things, they make no money off of me. So they are like, let's find out other ways to scheme this naive girl, which I am not naive, thank goodness, into paying more money, right? So long story short, they changed my tire that had the hole in it, whatever, from the nail. And they tell me, so we looked at your brakes, they're completely worn down, and you need a full new set of brakes. It's a $12,600 job. I just about had a mental breakdown.
Now, I'm not saying every expensive brake recommendation is a scam. Luxury cars can absolutely have expensive brake jobs. But on a car that's not even 2 years old, I'd want to see the measurements, the wear, and exactly what failed before approving a $12,000 repair. That's just common sense.
Let's see how much you need to make to comfortably afford a 2025 BMW M4. My final build came out to around $108,000, but if we multiply this by 7% sales tax, we get a new total of $116,000. After adding the new price of the vehicle, 20% down, financed at 5% for a total of 60 months, we get a total monthly payment of over $1,700. The annual insurance for an M4 is going to be around $6,000, and if we divide this by 12, we'll get $500 a month. Annual maintenance on the M4 is going to be around $5,000 for 5 years, $1,000 per year, so roughly it's going to be around $89 a month. After adding all of this up, we get a crazy monthly payment of over $2,300 a month, and if we multiply this by 10% to find our monthly gross income and multiply it by 12 to find our annual gross income, you should be making around $280,000 to be able to afford this BMW M4 comfortably.
And notice what's missing here: fuel, registration, tires, brakes, and those random repairs that never show up in the calculator. So even $2,300 shouldn't automatically be treated as the ceiling. That's why you need an ownership budget, not just a car payment budget.
Hey y'all, so I finally made it up to a point in my life where I set all my bills on auto pay, right? Yay me, I'm excited because I'm like, yeah, I ain't got to check, I ain't got to log in here, log in here, log in here. I ain't got to check here, check there, check here, check here to see if I made sure I pay this because, baby, listen, I will forget. So I got all my bills set up on auto pay so I don't have to worry about no bills not being paid, right? So something tells me to go check my car because I want to see how much I have paid on it since I had got it like last year, February, March, somewhere around that time, when I had got my BMW X5. So I checked my Capital One, which is, who I got my van through, and I'm like, okay, we almost halfway there, almost done. But I signed in to check my BMW, and it said I only paid $5,000. I'm like, no, I'm being scammed. Because not only am I on auto pay, but I'm paying I'm paying $19.93, which is a hell of a lot, right? I know. That was the stupidest thing I ever done. But anyways, I'm paying $19.93 a month for my BMW X5. And y'all telling me that since last year of March, I only paid $5,000 towards my car? So I'm on chat like, y'all can have this thing back. Because y'all ain't about to scam me no more. I'm not about to pay another year of $19.93 a month. And it seems like it's not going towards nothing but interest. Like, it's not going towards the payment. It's not going to... Listen, I don't know.
Yeah, I can understand why she's pissed. You're handing over almost $2,000 every month. So naturally, you think you're making a serious dent in the loan. Then you check the numbers and realize the balance barely moved. That's a brutal way to find out how financing actually works.
$130,000 repair bill for the McLaren. Yes, this is what I was quoted to replace the engine in the McLaren. Apparently the engine is toast. So just remember, if you're looking to buy a McLaren, you're not buying a car. You're buying an engine. Because the engine is roughly 80% of what the car is worth, especially a 570S. We paid $145 for the car, and now to replace the engine, it's $120,000 to replace it with a new engine. Insane.
He said you're not buying a car, you're buying an engine. Honestly, after seeing a $120,000 engine replacement bill, that joke suddenly makes a lot more sense.
Have y'all heard that they're basically Netflixing cars now? My 2006 BMW is starting to look like a luxury car every day. I'm sorry, this motherfucker is engine swapped, everything under the hood swapped, every piece swapped, and trust and believe, in 5 more years, if I got an engine swap this again, I will be doing that. Because what the do I look like paying $8 a month to heat my ass? That. I'm keeping this car forever. My kids' is gonna engine swap this. Because the new model is that we're not gonna own shit. We're gonna just rent everything from these bastards, okay? And I refuse. I'm keeping this till the wheels fall off, and when the wheels fall off, I'm gonna glue them bitch on. I don't give a Not to mention, they're patenting nuts and bolts and shit so that you can't even work on your own car. That's some bullshit. Could you imagine? You wake up in the morning, you late for work, you scrambling, you try to turn on your car. Oh shit, you ain't pay your subscription. You late to work. What kind of shit is that? They're really trying to phase out these gas cars, and they're gonna have to pry this bitch from my cold, dead hands. I hate the Netflixication of everything. Honestly, bring back cable, bring back DVDs, bring back Blu-ray. My car may be very outdated, but it's mine, and ain't nobody gonna take that shit from me.
That's why this whole Netflixification of luxury cars bothers me. One subscription doesn't sound like much, but then you add another feature, another service, another monthly fee, and suddenly you're paying the manufacturer over and over again for a car you already bought. That's how all those little charges turn into a massive ownership bill.
So I just serviced my car here at BMW. I want to break down the cost with you guys just so you know how much it is to own a BMW M4 and service it every once in a while. Here's our beauty. Sheesh. Check it out. New tires. Just got washed. Damn. As I was sharing, the cost was about $1,600 to replace 2 tires, get an engine oil, change my air filter, and a bunch of other miscellaneous things that this car needed. And it shows you that if you're not ready for these expenses to come up out of nowhere, do not get a BMW M4.
$1,600 for 2 tires, an oil change, an air filter, and a few miscellaneous items. That word miscellaneous is doing a lot of work here. Nothing sounds crazy individually, but somehow the bill still hits like a car payment. And if $1,600 for that sounds insane to you, comment "Rip Wallet."
So I just picked my car up from Range Rover. It was getting its like annual maintenance and then a few other little things that, you know, needed some repairs or be replaced. And I paid a high ticket price for those replacements and repairs. Okay? I went in here thinking it was gonna be something small, and I left up out of this joint paying $2,400. So all I'm gonna say is, if you're thinking about buying a luxury car or a Range Rover specifically, please understand that there is high ticket price maintenance associated with these vehicles. Yes, they're beautiful, but yes, they cost a lot. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying.
$2,400 for routine service and a few small issues? That's exactly where luxury car ownership gets you. Nothing sounds catastrophic, but somehow the bill is big enough to make you rethink the whole purchase. With a Range Rover, the repair bill can become part of the monthly budget.
Hey y'all, we just got to Mercedes. I'm here to pick up my car. My car needed like an oil change. It needed new tires. It needed an alignment, like a whole little service. So we're about to pick up my car and see how much I had to pay. This is where my car was at, y'all. It's a beautiful day. I'm so ready to get my car. I've been out of my car for a whole day and I miss it already. That's what they do to service. So cool. It was horrible.
They were like literally metal to metal. They were like thinner than this. Like they were just bad.
Lord. Okay.
But the rear ones are.
Thank you so much.
And then they'll have the key out there, okay?
Okay, this is 500 right here. 600. 800. 900. Okay, so that's 1,000. So I gave them 1,300 cash. This is how much I owe debit. I got the keys to my car, y'all. So we're about to go walk to my car right now. All right, y'all. Here is my baby. She's sparkly clean. They got her clean for me. Hell, I paid $5. They better have. So cute though.
Maybe it's just me, but I couldn't help wondering, does she not care how much that visit cost, or has she just gotten used to it? Oil service, tires, and alignment, those are basic maintenance items. The scary part is when spending thousands on routine upkeep starts feeling normal.
I'm going broke. Who was gonna tell me owning a Porsche was so expensive? Hey, it's a 200K car. Yeah, but I thought it just ended with that, you know? Thought it was like a one-time fee. And then you get scammed. And then you have to pay registration. And then you have to pay for gas, which is like $10 a gallon in California. And then you have to pay for just everything. You gotta get new tires. You gotta get new brakes. You gotta get spark plugs. OMG, an expensive car has an expensive service. Right? Like, who would have thought? Why can't it be just like $10, you know?
Okay, but I'm gonna push back on one thing. Nobody should be shocked that brakes and tires cost more on a Porsche. Those aren't Corolla parts. If the maintenance bill genuinely surprises you, the problem started way before the first service appointment.
So look, this is something I want to get off my chest. When I was younger, I always wanted a Range Rover. A couple years ago, 2021, I bought a Range Rover truck. Cost me about $90-something thousand. Loved it. That was my first big boy car. All my cars before that was 30-something thousand. Nothing this big. It's almost a $100,000 car. It's 4 years later. This car is worth $30-something thousand. I only got 60-something thousand miles on it. Like if I were to trade it in right now, they would give me $34,000. By any other metrics, you know what I mean? This is a failure. You know what I'm saying? Well, any other standards, whether I had a business or anything, if I invested in anything and put $100,000 in it and 4 years later it was only $30-something thousand, it would be a failure. I need y'all to realize, stop doing this vanity shit. You know what I mean? You could do it once, just say you did it, but don't keep doing this shit, because I'm not. I am never going to buy another $100,000 car until I'm fucking rich. Point blank, period. Here's the car in question. Still love this motherfucker, but never enough to do it again.
And remember, that $60,000 plus loss isn't even the whole story. He's also had 4 years of insurance, fuel, maintenance, registration, and whatever repairs came with owning a Range Rover. So the real cost of that car is a lot more than the depreciation he's showing here.
Yo, so I did one of the hardest things, but the best thing for me and the kids. I sold my X4 and got a smaller, cheaper car. The way the economy is looking, a cheaper car that's better on gas is a win. But I can't lie, I miss my baby. One day, maybe, I'll be a BMW girly again. Cheers to doing random new things and saving money, loaded bank accounts, high credit score, all 2026. Bye.
She said she wants a bigger bank account and a higher credit score instead of the BMW. Honestly, that's a flex I can get behind. A lot of people will drive an expensive car while their savings account is fighting for its life. I'd rather have the boring car and the money.
Every time I post a talking video in my car, I always get a bunch of comments that are like, okay, off topic, what kind of car is that? I love it. Don't ever buy a BMW or a luxury vehicle at that if you cannot afford the maintenance. That's usually what they tell you, and they were onto something. I've had this car for 3 years. It has 62,595 miles. I'm $10,000 deep in maintenance repairs just this year. And I think I got to do something with the brakes because I feel like they're not working. So don't get this car. Like, it's nice and all on the inside, but the inside mechanics,
That's the hidden cost right there. You don't go broke because the BMW looks expensive. You go broke when the car keeps asking for money long after you've stopped being excited about owning it. And judging by that $10,000 repair bill, she's learning that lesson the hard way.
You know what? I gotta say this. $1,000 on the coolant tank. Just the tank that hold the antifreeze. Like the coolant tank that hold the antifreeze on the Porsche. $1,000. And don't write me, don't DM me. I did the Rico. I bought the one that was cheaper for $89, $90. It was a totally different wrong size. I had to order it through Porsche. It's a lifetime warranty on it. But still, I'm just saying, $1,000. And you gotta drop the motor to get to it. I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. Like, you gotta drop the motor just to pull the coolant tank out the back. I'm keeping the Porsche. The Porsche ain't for sale. It was my Christmas present, my birthday. My wife didn't put so much money in it. It's both our Porsche at this moment. I'm not selling the Porsche. I can't. I'm pot committed. If you play poker, you know what I mean? I got a lot of money in the pot.
$1,000 just for a coolant reservoir, and they have to drop the entire engine to replace it? That is absolute madness. Talk about a textbook example of engineering designed to bleed your wallet dry.
Hey niggas, I'm getting rid of my G-Wagon. Yeah, I said it. I came, I saw, I conquered. She was that girl, she was a moment, but honestly, she's just not what I need at this point in my life anymore. My husband and I have had a lot of lifestyle changes, and I need something that can fit a whole starting lineup of a basketball team, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Because next thing you know, you go from 1 car seat to 3 car seats real quick. Don't get me wrong, the G-Wagon is cute, but it's very, very limited on space, especially when you've got a rear-facing baby in the back seat. It gets very cramped, especially for the passenger if you have it on the passenger side. Although the trunk space was spacious, I feel like it took up a lot of the cabin room. And for the price point, I feel like I should have left everything about it. And I just didn't. So now I'm on the hunt for a good mom car. My list right now includes the BMW X7, the Infiniti QX80, a Lincoln Navigator, a Yukon Denali, XL or not, doesn't really matter to me, and maybe even a lifted Suburban or Tahoe. My main focus is space. Also captain chairs and vents at the top. Because my son is still rear facing, and he probably will be for a long time because he's a petite little guy. And Texas summers are no joke. I'm not about to have my baby burning up back there. Nope. So y'all tell me, what's the best mom car out right now?
Yeah, I actually like that she said, at that price, I should love everything about it. That's a real trap with luxury cars. Once you've spent that much, you start convincing yourself the car has to be perfect because admitting it doesn't fit your life feels like admitting you made a bad purchase.
Hi, my name is Tasha. I work at an exotic car dealership, and here are the hidden costs of owning one. You see the $300,000 price tag, but not what comes after. In California, sales tax is 7.75%. That's about $23,000. And we're not done. Then comes registration tags and title. The DMV knows you're rich and they charge accordingly. Next is maintenance, and it's not optional. A dashboard light on an exotic is 4 figures minimum. And car washes, you can't just have a teenager with a hose. Exotics are fun, but if you're budgeting for this car, you can't afford it.
That last line is brutal, but she's not wrong. The sticker price is just your admission ticket. The real cost starts after you drive it off the lot, and that's the part so many first-time luxury buyers never plan for.
This is the hidden cost of supercars that they don't tell you about. So this is my 2002 Toyota Corolla. It has 105,000 miles. I got it for $2,600 cash, and it was paid off by doing private hiking tours for high net worth individuals within a couple weeks. And it's just my daily driver. It's an island beater. So anyways, I got a flat tire on my way to work today. I ran over this Phillips head screwdriver, and it's going around bump, 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 bump. And I right off the highway into the harbor, and I pulled up, and I had a flat tire, and everybody at work is like, yo, Trev, you have a flat tire. I'm like, I know, I'm gonna deal with it after work. And because I've had so many flat tires, I was able to change it extremely quickly. Like after work, it took me less than 5 minutes. Pit stop. I've got my jack in here. I've got my my cross wrench, and from the harbor to the used tire place, it's only a 2-minute drive, and it took them maybe only 10 minutes to put a new tire on my hub, and I'm good to go. So total time lost from a flat tire on the Toyota Corolla was 20 minutes time lost and $60. Now the issue is, if you have a supercar like a Ferrari, Lamborghini, whatever, if you get a flat tire, they have custom tires. You can't necessarily easily get a new tire. Obviously, you're still going to want to have a spare, but if you don't, you might be fucked. If you live in a place like I do, Oahu, Honolulu, there might not be tires on island. You might be waiting for days or weeks. Now, it might also be, best case scenario in this case, in order to get a new tire, you're going to have to drive into Honolulu, which from where I am, okay, you got to get a different car, abandon this car, drive an hour, get the tire, come back 2 hours. So forget the money, where one of these custom tires might cost $500 to $2,000. You're losing hours of your life.
This is actually a great comparison. His $2,600 Corolla gets a flat, and he's back on the road for $60. A supercar gets the same problem, and suddenly you're checking inventory, calling shops, arranging transportation, and possibly waiting days. That's the part people don't put in the ownership calculator.
An unpopular truth is that the reason that you don't have any money left at the end of the month is because you are driving a car that you cannot afford. Too many people convince themselves that they can afford their monthly payments when in fact they can't. Just because you can get finance, you can get approved on a car, doesn't mean that you should buy that car. And that new car feeling wears off quicker than you think. Within 6 months, that brand new car that you've got is old and a new plate has come out. Don't get caught in that consumerism trap of constantly having to have the latest car, because that 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds a month monthly payment is killing your finances. And it's the reason why you don't have any money left over at the end of the month to actually invest in yourself. And you're constantly having to work to pay this off. And as you progress and get a bigger salary, your lifestyle follows suit. And you spend more and more money on these luxuries. But honestly, having a car is why most people can't build wealth. They're paying a absolutely huge, astronomical car payment every single month. Paying 300, 400, 500 pounds a month is great when you've got that new car feeling and you're hyped up. It's a new toy. It's great. The buttons look amazing. The exhaust sounds great. The car's fast. It's luxury. People are giving you compliments. That is fantastic. When you're 3 years in and the car isn't new anymore and it's just giving you a massive headache, the tires are 400 pounds each, the service is a couple of grand, it is terrible. And that is the main reason why a lot of people that I see around me can't build wealth. They want the latest car. They want to live beyond their means. And it means there's nothing left over at the end of the month to actually invest in something meaningful that will actually change their lives. If you're constantly chasing material things, you're never going to get where you want to be.
He's absolutely right. Just say, for example, you're paying $1,200 a month for the car. Sounds manageable, right? But then you add insurance, gas, tires, maintenance, registration, and suddenly that $1,200 car is eating way more out of your paycheck. And that's money you could have been saving or investing. If you want me to keep exposing these hidden costs of buying luxury cars, hit that subscribe button.
This is what I tell all my customers. You got to remember that car at one point, like I said, was over $300,000. The car's depreciated, the parts and labor have not. You still have the maintenance, this cost associated of a $300,000 car. So people get caught off guard. They buy it for 70, 80 grand. Some of these older models, they come in for that first brake job 6-8 months later, and they go, holy, 10 out of 10, I buy it back. Really? It's just what it is, man. They say, nobody told me that, and I said, well, I didn't sell you the car. But if I did, I always try to be transparent with that. You can lose a customer over something like that.
And brakes are actually a great example. On a normal car, you shop around and get the job done pretty easily. On an exotic, you're dealing with specialized parts, specialized labor, and sometimes a shop that knows exactly what that badge costs.
I'm never buying a luxury vehicle again in my life. I currently drive a Cadillac XCS V Sport Platinum. And for my year model, it is the most decked out version of this vehicle that you can get. All the bells and whistles. I got TVs in the back. It's a twin turbo, all-wheel drive. The car's on like an air ride or airbag suspension, auto leveling, the headlights, premium. I mean, it has everything. But where I'm going with this is now it's coming due where all the maintenance things are needing to be done. Like literally, I need new tires. I need new brakes, which my brakes are Brembos, so a little upcharge there. I just did an oil change. My oil changes usually be like $120, $130, and most shops only cover up to 5 quarts. So you have to buy the other 2 quarts because it takes 7. my differential fluid needs changed or whatever it is, and so does my trans fluid, and also like my radiator needs flushed. Not that I'm having a problem with any of these things, it's just time to do them. I'd be crazy if I did all that at once, but damn, it's like everything all hit at once. And if you don't do these things, this car keeps track of them, and the value of your car will plummet. You can literally track it online. You get a report of the things that you have and haven't done and how it affects your value damn near. Like, I remember when you could just buy a car and just drive it till the wheels fell off, and it would be 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Not today, boy. If you don't do that shit within a couple months, not only will you lose value in your vehicle, your wheels probably gonna fall off. And again, ain't nothing about it cheap at all. So keep that in mind when y'all buying these new vehicles or these older luxury vehicles or whatever it may be.
And he's right about depreciation being brutal because you're paying premium prices to keep the car in shape while the market is busy taking value away from it. That's a rough combination. Expensive maintenance on an asset that's getting cheaper every year.
How much money do you think you would actually have to be making a year in order to comfortably afford a Cadillac Escalade V-Series? Let's find out. This is a 2026 Cadillac Escalade V-Series all-wheel drive. It has a starting price of $168,000. Then it has a delivery fee of $2,895. And then there is a manufacturer add-on for the Onyx package for $4,999. And that includes the black illuminated Cadillac emblem, the 24-inch alloy wheels, and the gloss black Escalade nameplate. And then the dealership also adds a $1,046 service fee, all of which brings the listed price to $176,940. Now, if you want to see if you can afford this vehicle or any vehicle for that matter, be sure to check out my car affordability calculator at the link in my bio. This can help you see what you can afford based on your own personal numbers. And also be sure to check out my budget tracker as well, which can help you maintain your expenses and know that you're actually able to afford the vehicle that you're looking for or the vehicle that you already have. Those can both be found at the link in my bio, and they can be bundled together. I did build both of these myself, so any feedback is very helpful, and it does help out the channel, so I do greatly appreciate it. But for this Cadillac V-Series, if you were to add an 8% sales tax to that total amount, then that would be another $14,155.20 that would be added in sales tax as well, which would then bring the total price to $191,095.20.
Did you notice how the price just kept climbing? It starts at $168,000. Then it's the destination fee, the options package, dealer fees, and taxes. And before you even drive it off the lot, you're already looking at nearly $200,000. But here's the crazy part. Later in the video, she breaks down the real cost of owning this SUV. And it comes out to over $300,000. That's the number almost nobody thinks about when they first fall in love with the car.
You remember all those Tahoes, Suburban, Yukons, Cadillacs, all with engine failure? Well, good news, GM has come up with a fix for you. So what they do is you take it into the shop and they do an oil change, and they're supposed to change it from 0W20 to 0W40, and that fixes the engine. Can you imagine, after the amount of hours of research and everything they do with the truck, analyzing what fuels it needs, what oils it need to run, and all the different drivetrain components, you're going to tell me that, oopsie, we really just put the wrong oil in them. That's why these engines are blowing up. It's not that they actually have a mechanical issue. No, those rod bearings are supposed to do that. I mean, this one made it to like 16,000 miles. And let me tell you, it's kind of freaky because the gas mileage went from like 12 to like 14. That, like, don't know. Look at that, 14.7. And my thing is, I still think you hear a little knock there. And I think the funniest part is I can actually feel something knocking.
I'm sorry, but if I just spent that kind of money on a luxury SUV, maybe we should have used different oil, is not the explanation I'd want to hear. At that point, I'm not feeling relieved. I'm wondering what else they got wrong.
In just 8 months, the engine on my 2022 Escalade ESV has blown twice. I bought it from a Herbst Chamber dealership in Massachusetts. The first engine failed within 3 weeks and was replaced under warranty. After only 4 months, the new engine failed again this past weekend. Both times I was on the highway, and the second time I was with my son in the car. I no longer feel safe driving the vehicle, and I'm looking for advice on the lemon law or consumers protection options. Any help is greatly appreciated.
You know what's really sad? He bought a luxury SUV hoping it'd be the family car he could trust. Now, every time he gets on the highway, I bet a tiny part of him is wondering, please don't do it again. Nobody puts a price tag on that kind of stress.
I am going to be turning in my Lamborghini today. I don't know how to feel. Like, I've been crying all day because y'all know this is my dream car, but you know, things have just been slow, and I'm just getting on here being very transparent with y'all. I had to like literally get up and get myself together and prepare myself for this moment, and I wanted to share it with y'all because I share everything else with y'all. Try not to cry. This isn't the end. I literally been crying all morning. I don't know if y'all can tell. I feel like God makes no mistakes and everything happens for a reason. So that's why he welcomed me to the Rolls Royce family. Thank you.
To be completely honest, at this rate, I have no idea when her finances will ever have a chance to recover. If you think this is just as absurd, like and share this video.
What car brand is most likely to make you go broke?
European cars, mostly Volkswagen, Volvos.
What car is most likely to make you go broke?
Audi. My friend has one and it's constantly in the shop.
What car is most likely to make you go broke?
A BMW or a Mercedes, you're talking $500 just for them to say hello when you go through the service department.
What car is most likely to make you go broke?
Anything that's luxury.
What car brand is most likely to make you go broke?
A lot of people will be surprised how much an EV can cost you when it comes to a battery going bad. I know Teslas, they could be 15, 20 grand for a battery.
And I'd be careful with that $15,000 to $20,000 battery number, because it depends heavily on the vehicle and whether the battery is actually being replaced outright. But the bigger point is valid. Any major component that costs 5 figures can completely change the economics of owning a vehicle.
How much it costs to upkeep a Porsche. I came to the Porsche dealership, as you guys can see, and come to find out, right? So this is my first time ever owning a Porsche, and I gotta get an oil change. So I called the man and I said, hey bro, I need to get an oil change. And he basically quoted me around $700 total to get this car serviced. So if any of you guys are wondering what the upkeep is and how much it costs to upkeep a Porsche, just know every time you get it serviced, it's gonna be around $700. And that's just to maintain the car. If you're gonna get a luxury car like this, just be ready for the cost and the maintenance that is required when owning a car like this.
$700 just for an oil change? I seriously hope that oil knows how to change itself next time.
I sold Mercedes 5 years. You ever want to buy a luxury car, not lease it, you better know the 4 expenses. Most people can handle the first 3. 4th one wipes them out. They don't see it coming. And I'm going to tell you at the end how to find luxury cars that don't have the 4th. First is your monthly payment. Going to be higher than most cars because naturally these cars cost more than most cars. Deshaun, I can handle that. Second is your insurance. If the car has a lot of safety features, you'd be surprised. You might actually have a lower car insurance on a luxury car than a regular car. So that's good. Third is maintenance. Maintenance is your oil changes, your brake jobs, your brake fluid changes. Oil change on the Benz, $200. Your brake job could be $1,000. All right, Deshaun, I can stretch, I can handle that. Got a little cushion. 4th will wipe you out if you just did all of that stuff and you don't have a warranty and something breaks. That's what people don't see coming, because when something breaks on these cars, it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. That's on top of those other 3 expenses. The solution is not to buy an older car because you're not going to have a warranty. It's to buy a newer one, have the cash, buy an extended warranty from the manufacturer, and if you want to avoid all this, you could Google luxury cars with low repair costs. Buy one of those.
Okay, the first 3 expenses, you can plan for those. The 4th one is where things get ugly, because nobody wakes up expecting a $3,000 repair bill. But when it hits, you still have to pay it. That's the hidden cost of luxury cars.
Rolls-Royce Cullinan, he owes almost $400,000, pays $5,000 a month, and is upside down big time and wants to get out of it. Let's see what can be done. Hey Daniel, how are you? This is the car dealer.
I'm good. How you doing, Yusuf?
I'm doing good. So I'm calling about the Rolls-Royce Cullinan you got. It's a 2022. I think the message I got said 2021, but the VIN number says 2022. I love the orange interior. So tell me what you got, man. What you got going on?
Yeah, man, I got a car like 2 years ago. I got paid like $384, and and trying to get rid of it, and I wanted to see what you could do for me. You know what I'm saying? I saw you on YouTube.
How much money did you put down?
I put like 15, 20 down on it.
All right.
I'm trying to get out of that. Pay $5,000 a month, for the car. The Wood Forest, bank, whatever. And
Wood Forest or Woodside is the bank?
Woodside, my fault.
I know, good. I'm about to say, man, Wood Forest, that's the bank at Walmart. So, no, you good. So, 40,000 miles. You've been driving a lot. Dang, Mr. Daniel, where you going?
The $384,000 purchase price isn't even the scary part. It's putting so little down while financing a car that can lose six figures so quickly. The moment the value falls below what you owe, you're not selling the car. You're bringing money to the table.
So to all my Audi guys out there and people that own Audis, for those of you who don't know, for some reason Audi tells their customers to do the service intervals every 10,000 miles. I'm here to let you know, don't fucking do that. You are quite literally destroying your fucking motor. Every oil change / service should be no more than 5,000 miles. And for me personally, that's still stretching it. I do my services every 3,500 miles, but that's because that's the way I drive. So to any of you guys out there, you guys would probably understand. But to all the Audi heads, and you guys probably already know this, but these 2 liters are notorious for burning oil and having timing stretch. Now, not all of them burn oil, but depending on the engine code and stuff like that, they all vary. But we can safely say eventually that's going to happen. Moral of the story is, do your oil change at 5,000 miles or less. Now, do you want to pay $50 for an oil change or $10,000 for an engine?
I get why he's saying this. If an engine is known for burning oil, stretching maintenance just to follow the longest interval on paper doesn't exactly give me peace of mind. I'd rather spend a little more upfront than gamble on a luxury car repair bill. The luxury car dream looks great until the bills start rolling in. If you think these hidden costs are worth it, that's your call. But if this video opened your eyes, hit like, share, and subscribe for more.